welcome to another episode of Big Lead Reviews. I'm doing a review of
the Kikun security camera. This is the 1080p version, hence HD.
Although I think you could easily categorize 720p as also HD. This is wireless, hence the antenna. It takes an SD card in the back. You see that little slot underneath the antenna. It also has audio out, so actually you can attach to external speakers, although it has a built-in speaker of its own. You see the back there. And right now it's connected to Ethernet, so I could show you how you could connect this to the network quickly. You don't necessarily have to use the Ethernet, but it's one method. It's actually the quickest method and the method I recommend. So you have to first download the app. Here is the Kikun app, and you just want to add the camera. Simplest thing is search the LAN, and there is the new device. And then there is, the idea is to get the UID. Another way is to do a QR scan, which is it accesses your camera, and then you take a photo of this little code underneath, and it will bring up the UID there as well. So there it is, connecting online. You see how quick that was? And I just click in. It says, hey, if you want to change your password. No, I don't want to do that yet. And loading, and boom, there it is. So, see how I move that? And there is a very slight delay, and that's because it's probably at a very high resolution.
So it actually says low bandwidth. So if I were to increase this to HD mode,
so this is low bandwidth. The lower the bandwidth, the more real time it is,
as in closer to real time.
And if it's HD, there is a slight delay because of the amount of information that's pulling in and sending it
to your phone via Wi-Fi
on my router. So right now this light bulb means the infrared is on, and that means it's in night mode. So but I actually have the light on, and it should be okay. So this is HD. I want to point out to you how much detail it picks up on HD. And you can see that it actually picks up the fur of the little hairs of my cat's ears. It's actually quite sharp. And let me just demo the pan tilting for you. See if I swipe to the right, it moves. And you can hear that the motor is very quiet. And it also has some auto pan tilting modes. So you press that, and it does a little quick swipe up and down. And you can hear that the motor is very quiet. And you could also choose to talk to your cat. And if you see the microphone appears, it's going to echo for a bit, so I'm going to turn it off quickly. Hello.
Yep.
So that was actually coming out from the camera itself, that speaker. And that's where it was recording from. Or you could connect it to an external speaker to have additional clarity. And these are just to flip if you want to if you happen to be hanging your camera upside down, these are what these are for, is to retilt it. And let's check out the infrared mode when it's at night. So let's turn off the lights here. So you see it's completely dark, and I will turn on the infrared, which for some reason it's manual. It should be automatic. But I guess this is something that gives you more control. Let's just turn off the microphone. And see, I'm just moving in. I'm just doing this so I could zoom in into my cat infrared. And you can see that his eyes are reflecting the infrared light, but you could still make out. You could still make out some details. Keep in mind that this is using the camera's own infrared LED lights, which there is a lot, and the distances, let me just turn the light back on. Let's turn off infrared mode. And the distance is that much. It's about 1.5 meters away. And you could actually see the background of, let me just turn that back on. You can actually see all the way to the kitchen, right? You can see all the way the back. So let me show you how far that is. That's pretty far back. That's about 4 meters back, and you could still see clearly what's going on there. So if you want to change this to wireless mode, you just have to go here, and then you go device settings, go Wi-Fi config, and then you just enter in your password for your Wi-Fi. And then when that's done, all you gotta do is
unplug the cord, and that's it.
So all this is very simple, very straightforward. Just to set up your camera. There's other additional settings where you do SD card recording. You go ahead and you could put it in your SD card there. And this PTZ is a pan tilt zoom configuration, which is it just shows you how fast the movement is. Quite interesting. I mean, these are minor details, but overall I think this is pretty high quality camera
at 1080p. If you have any questions, comments, just freely ask. If you like to see any more of these videos, just subscribe and like. Peace.